Hi guys, I'm Kasha. Welcome to the channel and welcome as always to our coffee times. Today, finally, I have another Funko unboxing for you. If you've been long enough in my channel, you probably know that at the beginning I was doing a lot of Funko unboxings because I was slightly obsessed and I started collecting from all types of waves and collections, and I went a little bit bananas. But with time I have learned to understand that I don't have space for all of them and it hurts my heart, but I made a decision of basically trying to collect the ones that I really wanted, and those are the horror Funko Pops. Those are the ones that I really want to have. I want to have my nice horror Funko Pop collection. I'm still keeping other waves like Star Trek because I really love them as well. So I might keep things that are not horror, but I am focusing mainly on horror pops. So I have here for you 6 more horror pops.
It's coffee time.
Let's start with the couple of ones that, you know, it's debatable that they're horror, but they belong to waves that I really want to have. And the first one is Alexei from Stranger Things. Hashtag justice for Alexei. He became my absolute favorite character of the last season. I freaking loved him so much, and he had to be protected at all costs. And of course I wanted this Funko Pop because it also has the cherry Slurpee that he loves to have, and yeah, I needed to add him to my Stranger Things collection. Alright you guys, so here is Alexei, and he belongs to this fairly new wave of Stranger Things. It's the only one that I have so far from this wave because I don't want to overdo it with the Stranger Things pops because they keep popping them out now like they did with other franchises, and it's getting a little bit overwhelming. So here is Alexei with his Slurpee, living the American dream. Such a lovable, nice character. I think everybody loved him so much. And he was one of the best parts, like I said, for me for these last season. So of course I had to get him for the collection because he was one of my faves. And I think he was also one of the biggest parts of the last season, so he had to be in the collection. The next one, which is also one that, I mean, it's horror, but it belongs to a TV show, a cartoon, that it's not always horror, and that is Mr. Burns. We have Vampire Mr. Burns from Treehouse of Horrors. This was a convention exclusive, and I have been watching The Simpsons since I can remember, like all my life, and I wanted to kind of collect the Funko Pops from The Simpsons because they have a lot of nostalgia for me. But the very first wave that they released, it's like impossible to get, and when they started releasing new ones, they started to release a lot, and I don't want to have that many. So I decided to just collect the ones from the Treehouse of Horrors because those are horror oriented, and these were my favorite episodes always when they would come up with the Halloween specials and things like that. So I really wanted this one, and the other one that I really want is the double pack with the aliens, so I'll see if I can get my hands into that at some point. But I'm super happy that I was able to snatch this one out of eBay. And here we have our Vampire Mr. Burns. Mr. Burns was always one of my favorites. I knew I needed this pop because it belongs to the Treehouse of Horrors and because he is being portrayed as Dracula. So here is Mr. Burns, and I think it's genius that they turned him for the episodes into Dracula because his teeth and the way he walks and the way he always holds his hands, it's kind of has the same mimic to it. And this is based on the Dracula played by Gary Oldman from the movie from Coppola, and that's also my favorite Dracula. Was one of my favorite horror movies back when I started watching horror, and still to this day I love to rewatch it, so I am so happy that I finally got this pop. Moving on, going to more full-on horror, and the next one is a Funko Pop from a film that was very fresh, brought something new to the genre, and that is Get Out. I have here Chris Washington, and I think this is the only pop that they did from the film, at least so far, and I knew I needed him. He is crying in this Funko Pop, poor guy, and he has a lot of detail, and this is basically the most important scene, or one of the most important scenes of the film, so I needed it.
Now we have here our Get Out pop. This is a great horror film that dared to be different, and it worked out perfectly. They only released one Funko Pop, but I do get why. I mean, basically the whole movie, it is based on Chris Washington. I also really like that they decided to do this pop like sitting on this chair, which is one of the most iconic scenes of this film, with the tears and the cotton on the chair and being tied up to it. They could have done just a regular Funko Pop of him, but I love that they decided this one, that it's a little bit more posed. It has a chair. We don't get so many pops in chairs, and I don't know, I just think that it is spot on compared to the film, and I really like this pop.
The next two pops are also from a horror movie that it is based on a book, and Guillermo del Toro helped design the monsters slash characters, and it's also getting a sequel. So probably you know by now what I'm talking about. It is Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. So I have the Jungly Man and I have Harold. Harold is my fave because he, as that Funko Pop from The Walking Dead, has you know, this kind of split middle because he's supposed to be a scarecrow, and I absolutely love him. So they only did these two Funko Pops. I'm sad they didn't do this lady on the hallway, you know which one I mean. I'll put a picture somewhere so you know which one I mean. But that was also such a cool one, so maybe, I don't know, maybe they will release it later, who knows. But I knew I needed this too.
First, let's talk about our Jungly Man. Also from movies, we're already number 847, Insanity. This was one of the most kind of disgusting creatures of the film. So here is our Funko Pop, and I love that this looks as disgusting as you would imagine him to be, and they pay attention to detail to his legs and the mouth and the hair, that weird ear. Everything has been taken into consideration. Look at that spine on the back. It's a pretty cool pop. Look at that blood coming through there on the muscle and the arm and the chest. It's pretty cool. And now let's talk about my favorite of the two, Harold, number 846. I mean, this was one of the greatest creatures in the film. It was also in the poster for the movie, and I think this pop is just so cute and funny. So Harold is basically an impaled scarecrow kind of thing, and look at that cute face. He's hating life, obviously, and we can relate. So I love that this pop is a little bit more unique because it is the scarecrow on the pole. It has a little bit of the earth as the stand because he has no feet, so they had to utilize that as a little stand for him. And if you look at his guts, everything is like open in the middle and you can see the pole going through. Absolutely love this pop. The design is really cool.
Alright guys, so the last pop that I have to show you, it's the one that I'm most excited about, that I was able to find this one from a German seller, because there are some Funko Pops that are horror ones, exclusives for Hot Topic, for example, that I'm finding a hard time to get them here, or at least find them for a decent price at eBay. So I'm glad that I finally found Good Guy Chucky from Child's Play 2. Apart from Child's Play 2 being my favorite of the franchise, I really wanted a Funko Pop of Chucky where he looks like the typical good guy, friendly, nice face, because I think this is the first time that Funko has done this. The other Chuckies all have like scars and blood splatters and whatnot. The melted face, that's one that I'm missing still. But this one, it just looks like the good guy from the box. And he's so cute, and I needed him.
And here is my jam for this haul. I'm just so excited that I finally got this one because I just love Child's Play so much, especially part 2. And even though I dream of having a regular, full-size original good guy, For now, I just have my Funko Pops and I really enjoy them. And I wanted one with the regular cute face of a good guy without any scars or anything, because I've always enjoyed just the basic design of the good guy without all of the, you know, cuts and bruises and stuff. And here is our good guy out of the box, good guy Chucky. As you can see, he has this super friendly, cute face from the good guy. It has a nice smile, it has the clothing, but when he turns around, you can see what he's been hiding, a knife. Really cool touch, really cool design. I like the detail of that knife on the back, which you cannot see until you take the pop out of the box, and on the front you just see this nice good guy face that we all know and love.
So you guys, those were my 6 new additions to the Horror Funko Pop collection. I really hope that you enjoyed this little unboxing video, and I'll see you all guys in the next coffee time. Bye!